Hello TYPO3 world, and welcome to a brand new series where we'll be exploring the latest features and developments that are coming with TYPO3 version 14. In this video, we'll take a look at three major changes. This includes changes to how things are named and organized in the backend, new features that come with Fluid version 5, and improvements to localization and translation workflows in TYPO3's backend. So let's get started. Aside from this lovely new purple colour, the first thing to point out are the changes that have been made to the names of the modules and items on the left hand side. Web now reads as content, Files now reads as media, and Admin Tools now reads as administration. The Reports module, which is a separate system extension, has also received an update, and we now have a new option under administration which is called integrations. And this contains the reactions and webhook modules, as well as any other services that connect to the outside world. One of my favourite new features is the redesigned doc header. The doc header has been improved to provide a more consistent experience regardless of which module you're using. We now have the breadcrumb, which tells me exactly where I am, and then the language selector on the right hand side. Then, underneath, on the second row, we have all of the usual options on the left and right hand sides. And you'll see exactly this doc header throughout the back end of the CMS, regardless of which module you're using. TYPO3 uses the Fluid template and engine, and this has also received a number of updates alongside version 14, courtesy of Simon Pretorius and the Fluid team. In the past, template file names always had to start with a capital letter. This is no longer a requirement, and instead you can have file names to begin with a lowercase letter if you want. In addition, we have new support for dedicated file extensions, for example, using fluid.html or even fluid.txt. Anyone who struggled to use inline CSS and JavaScript will be pleased to know that Fluid 5 now has full support for CData sections in our templates. And finally, a range of new view helpers have been added with this release, including the page title, page meta, and page header view helper. Next, let's talk about localization and translation workflows. Right now, I'm using the Localization wizard to translate and connect some content. And with version 14, we can now use this wizard to translate a range of different items in the backend. So let's try with system categories. I keep my categories in a separate folder, and let's use the wizard to translate this content. There have also been extensive changes made to how TYPO3 handles translation labels. TYPO3 now uses the Symfony translation component. In addition to support for XLIF 1.2 and 2x file formats, developers can also make use of custom translation loaders that follow Symfony standards. Below is an example of an old reference, and underneath is an example of a new reference using the Symfony translation component. A big shout out to Peter and everyone in the localization team for all of the hard work they've done over the last year on this project. And that's it for this video. I've included a link to Michael Schams' extensive blog post that contains further information on everything you've seen today and some extra features we didn't have time to cover. Join me in the next episode where we'll be taking a closer look at the all-new default theme that will ship with TYPO3 version 14.1. I'll see you then.